So, I'm Klepto, and I've been a cosplayer for 15 years now, but over the last year, I've started doing one thing that has really taken my cosplay photo shoots to the next level, and that is shooting at Japanese love hotels. So what is that like? Is it sketchy? Is it awkward? Is the place clean? Let's get into all of the details. So let's take a step back. What is a love hotel? You might have heard of the love hotels in Japan, and they're pretty much what you think they are, but they can also be intended for like staying the night or staying for a short period of time. Unlike normal hotels, they usually offer plans in terms of hours as well as nights, so you can stay for like a short package if you want, like for example 3 hours or something. But a lot of love hotels are actually quite used to cosplayers going there to do photo shoots, and a lot of them offer what is called a joshikai plan. And joshikai means girls' party in Japanese, and what that usually is when a group of friends who are all girls hang out somewhere and have a party. It's literally just girls' party. So they often offer a discounted rate for joshikai, which is like also usually a plan where a larger number of people can hang out in the room. So compared to the normal reservation, which might just be 2 people hanging out in the room, this is like for a party of up to 6 people, and it often comes at a discounted rate. So if you are a cosplayer looking to shoot at love hotels, I highly recommend the joshikai plan if that is something that is available to your group. Of course, it's a little bit limited depending on the makeup of your group. It's also a little bit silly when you're a group of non-binary cosplayers going to use the joshikai plan to shoot at a love hotel, but hey, if it works, it works. So get the joshikai plan if you can. So there are 2 main ways that you can make a reservation at a love hotel if you're a cosplayer. The first way is through this website, which is designed for cosplayers to be able to shoot at love hotels. It is run by a company that deals with cosplay things, and so they kind of go between you and the hotel and help you make a reservation for the daytime hours in which the hotel is typically not in use. Their options are a little bit limited, and so are the packages of time that they offer. For example, I think the longest time slot is like 6 or 8 hours, which is relatively short if you're shooting, depending on what you're shooting, depending on how much time it takes you to put on your cosplay. That's really not a lot of time to set up. So that is an option. It's a very legitimate option, and especially if you have a group of cosplayers of various genders who cannot use the joshikai plan, then this is probably the best way to go. However, what I would recommend is that if the joshikai plan is available to you, just book the hotel like normal. You can find tons of Japanese love hotels online, so I would recommend just booking directly with them. So the rooms usually come in different rankings as well, with some of the smaller rooms being cheaper, and then some of the more expensive rooms, which are usually for the joshikai plan, being more expensive. They're also a lot bigger. So if you're a cosplayer, I would obviously recommend getting one of the big rooms, and that's also probably the only option that's available to you. So I'm going to put in a few clips from the last time that I went to a love hotel to do a photo shoot. When you enter the door, there's usually a little bit of a hallway between the main door and the room, which kind of allows some separation so people inside don't have to interact with like the staff outside if you're getting food or whatever. And this is great for cosplayers as well as people who use the hotel for its intended purposes, because, hey, sometimes you don't want the hotel staff to see you in your full cosplay makeup, and that's fine. So we've got this little hallway. There's usually a really nice big bathtub. Love that area. That's also a pretty good area to shoot in. The shower walls can be pretty nice. Sometimes they have decorations and things. This is often the area where we have a little bathroom and things. What does the bathtub in this one look like? Okay, this one is also like pretty similar to the other one, but it's again huge and really nice. And then we walk into the main room, which of course one of the main features is the bed. They often have really cool decorations and things. There's usually a sofa, TV. A lot of them have like karaoke and things in the room, especially if it's one of the party rooms. What does it have?
It's got joy sound.
Yes, karaoke. So this is our day 2 room. This room is so pink and so cute. Like, oh my god, giant, oops, step up. It's giant really comfy bed, super cute. Look at all the frills.
It's so cute.
Yes. There's lots of things that you can watch on the TV, of course, but that's not what you're here for if you're a cosplayer. There's usually a refrigerator. There's usually a second refrigerator with drinks inside that you can buy. Like I said, these places are pretty used to cosplayers and people doing oshikatsu, or like kind of parties centered around their favorite character or idol or things, coming here to take photos, either of each other or of their favorite merch or whatever. So they often offer lights and studio lighting equipment, and the rental is pretty cheap. It's like less than $10 to rent 2 giant lights for the evening, and that is excellent if you are a cosplayer. So not all hotels offer this, but many do, so I would highly recommend getting those if you go there for cosplay. I took some video while I was like unpacking the lights, but not once they were actually up, but they were pretty nice stand lights with some adjustment options, and they worked great for what we needed them for. So highly recommend. They also had like a reflector and a tiny like disco ball, which really didn't do much, but it's nice that it came with that. And of course, it is a love hotel, so you will find a few things that are not the norm for hotels. Probably the main one being that in addition to the second refrigerator with the drinks that you can buy, there's usually another little box with compartments that you can put money in to unlock different things out of them, and those are usually various adult goods. So tell me about the amenities that we have available.
It appears that we have a vibrator for 1,800 yen.
Okay.
A tanga for only 1,000 yen.
Okay.
A little S&M kit that comes with gag and nipple clamps.
Amazing.
And again, only 1,800 yen. And also a contact lens saver case.
There's
That's
tea
so
and
nice.
coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
tea and
Tea
Yeah.
and coffee, that's important.
Yeah, that is important. And then in the other side, we also have some things that you can buy. So I forgot to show in the other video, but there are 2 refrigerators in each room. One refrigerator is just empty for your own stuff, and the other one has drinks that you can buy by just like putting coins in it. So tea, alcohol, whatever you want. What is that?
Is that
Mineral water.
member sama
Murio. Well, I'm a member, so we can.
Yo.
For members only, you get free mineral water, and the brand is Aquayel. By the way, membership is free. You just have to sign up online. So hey, free water for us, and it's
If you
refrigerated.
get enough points,
If you get enough points,
you can win stuff.
Yeah.
Just saying. They have like beers or vibrators.
Oh, there it goes.
Yes.
okay. So the room will decide to yell at you when it's time to pay. So it'll show you how much you owe. This is if you reserve ahead of time. So if you just come here normally, you pay when you leave, but if you reserve ahead of time, then you pay now. So we'll put our little card in the thing. So going back, other weird things about it being a love hotel are that it locks you in. So the way that love hotels work is that when you get in, you usually pay a certain fee to be in the room, have booked the room in the first place. But also for some of the rooms that just kind of count up the number of hours that you've been there, you pay at the end. And even if you pay part of it at the beginning, they make you pay again at the end, for any drinks or things that you've ordered extra rather than what was just included in the plan. So there's this machine on the wall that will tell you how much you owe, and you can put money into it. But that machine also locks the door. It depends. Some hotels have features where it kind of doesn't fully lock the door. But in some cases, it locks the door to the point that you cannot get out unless you call the front desk. There was actually a situation at a hotel that I went to one time to shoot at where I prepaid ahead of time by booking through the very legitimate cosplay website. And then when I got there, the machine was not letting us out because it was like, you haven't paid yet. And I'm like, already prepaid online because I'm here for cosplay. So I had to call the front desk and ask them to unlock the door, which was kind of terrifying, being locked in a hotel room for a few minutes until they figured out how to unlock the door. Part of this is that they kind of stagger the door openings so you never see another person while you're in there. They want it to be pretty private about who goes to the Love Hotel with who. So if somebody has recently opened their door, they might not let you out until that person has had a chance to go down the hallway and get out of the hotel. So because of that, there's this kind of weird door lock thing. But I can't help but think that's got to be a fire hazard, right? Like, I'm sure that if there's actually a fire, the doors all unlock and everybody can get out and stuff, but it just feels a little weird being locked in. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It depends on the hotel. Some are better about this than others. Generally, though, if you do need to leave for a short period of time, like to go to the konbini and get extra snacks or something, you can call the front desk, tell them that you're going to the konbini, tell them the number of people who are going and that you'll be back in a short amount of time, and they'll unlock the door for you. So it's not like you're locked in from the time you get there till the time you leave, but it is a slightly weird thing. The rooms come with so many amenities too, like all the normal amenities like a toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrush, all those kinds of things that you'll normally find in a Japanese hotel, but also like face masks and just different types of lotion and different skincare products and things. It's very impressive. Just really nice setup of amenities. Usually give you plenty of towels and things. I'm always just impressed with all the stuff that they give you. It's a very nice setup. And sometimes they even have bedazzled sinks.
Pink sink, bedazzled faucet. Look at this quality.
It's bedazzled.
Absolute
They
original.
did that themselves.
Bespoke. For me. They did that.
Yes, so we have our bespoke bedazzled sink and all the amenities that you could ever want.
Like a razor, brush, headband, hair tie,
Juicy on.
Juicy on!
some cotton puffs and stuff, and then of course toothbrushes with little toothpaste.
Yeah, so nice. Lots and lots of towels, extra bathrobes.
You never know how many you need.
You never know how many you need, especially as cosplayers. It's always very helpful to have all of the towels. But yeah, they have like so many things. It's very nice. You'll also probably find some amenities with some weird English, which is always a highlight. Right, so what do we have?
Presenting the Love More lotion. We need to read, so I'll turn it around. Designed for women's soft skin, high-grade water-based lubricant, easy to clean up, rinses off with water.
That's good. That's exactly what you want.
That's what you want.
If you read the ingredients on the back, it contains rose water, which is something that I would definitely put anywhere on my body.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. This is the Make Love kit.
So what do we have in
there? Of course, we have a condom for anytime, anywhere.
Anytime.
Anywhere, debatable. And then let's see, no rubber smell and sunflower.
No rubber smell and sunflower.
Exactly.
Just and sunflower, capitalized.
And sunflower. We don't know what that is for. The excellent barrier device during sexual intercourse to reduce the risk of pregnancy and diseases. Excellent quality tool.
It's an excellent quality tool. We'd like to point out that in Japanese, like on the back of this, it says the exact same thing. It says no rubber smell and sunflower. Like that's what it says. There's no more explanation.
Yeah.
No rubber smell,
like
sunflower.
Sunflower, and that's all you need.
That's
to
all
make
you need.
love.
Yeah. So. There's always free condoms and lube, and depending on the hotel, sometimes they even come with really random things like vibrators. One of the weirdest ones was a hotel that I did a shoot at that had a vibrator attached to a cord that was like plugged into the nightstand of the bed in a way that it was not removable. So think like how rooms have a telephone that's kind of built into the room. Well, I had that, but a vibrator, and that is one thing that I don't think was very clean. They did like have condoms next to it to put on there, but I don't think that's a good idea. Overall though, the cleanliness of the room, especially in my favorite chain of hotels that I always use now, is really amazing, and I would say much better than the average hotel. So I come from a background in the hospitality industry in America, and I can tell you they don't wash everything every time. Like the comforter covers are not washed every time. Throw pillows are not, they're not washed every time. So I'm always like a little bit like about touching that in any hotel. But in these love hotels, you can tell that everything has been cleaned. For one thing, there's no carpet anywhere. So the floors are all like a hard surface that can be easily wiped down and disinfected. The beds, all the comforters and things have cases that easily come off. The pillows have cases that easily come off. And you can tell that everything has been recently washed. One thing that was really amazing is that all of these rooms are also smoking rooms, right? So they also come with free lighters and things in the room. But they are so clean, well ventilated and everything that you can't even tell that it's a smoking room. Like usually when you go to a hotel, you can smell if you're in a smoking room, but these rooms, despite being smoking rooms, are so clean that you don't even notice. So I would say that that's like pretty impressive. Obviously there's some things that are maybe a little bit harder to clean, like the bedazzled sink, but I think they do a pretty good job, and I don't feel gross being in there. So yeah, even more so than a regular hotel, they get, of course it depends on which one you go to, but the ones that I usually go to, I would give them like a solid 9.5 out of 10 for cleanliness. Like that's pretty amazing, especially considering all of the decorations and things, but I think they do a really good job. Another memorable experience, this was at the hotel that had the vibrator attached to the nightstand, was going into the bathroom, and there's a giant bathtub and everything. And there was this screen that I figured was maybe the control panel for the bathtub, or like a normal TV, because many Japanese baths in people's houses have a little TV. Turned that on, and of course it was just porn playing. Very mosaicked, as much stuff here in Japan is. But yeah, it was pretty clear what it is that you were seeing. I don't know what I expected. Yeah, some people just watch NHK in the bathtub, and I'm sure it has that function too, but be prepared for some surprises if you do go shoot at a love hotel. I think it's quite funny and memorable experience. So another great thing about love hotels is the food. It's cheap. It's delicious. You always get a free drink when you first get into the room. You have a menu that you can choose from that includes soft drinks and alcohol. You get to pick one drink, and after that, everything is just like added onto your room bill charge. The food is also, it's good, it's reasonable, and the hotel that I usually stay at comes with free breakfast. Like, you have to call them before 3 a.m. and you can reserve which breakfast option that you'd like, but then you just schedule what time you want them to bring it to your room in the morning, and they bring you a free, like, full breakfast. That's amazing. Pizza and cola at 3 a.m. Yay! But yeah, you can order food any time of the night, and they will bring it to you. It's great. So speaking of this favorite hotel chain that I always use recently, they are so nice. And maybe this is because they are one of the hotels that are really set up for cosplayers and Joshikai, but the staff, excellent customer service. They'll hold your luggage for you before and after you're shooting. The great thing about that for us is that usually we book 2 nights in the same hotel, but in different rooms so that we can use 2 different backgrounds. And in between that time, of course, you've got to get out of the room for a little while. So they've held our luggage for us during that time period. Even we had like a carton of soy milk, and we were like, do you have a fridge that we could put this in? And they put it in their staff fridge and held it for us during that time. Like, excellent, 10 out of 10 customer service for sure. I've been really impressed by how nice and accommodating they are.
They brought the suitcases out.
Yeah, so they took our luggage and stored it, because we stayed here 2 nights, but the reservations were separate because we wanted 2 different rooms. So we put our luggage at the front desk. They stored it for us. They brought it up to the room that we're staying in for the second night. And we even had some stuff in the fridge, and they like took it and put it in their fridge and gave it back to us. So they're so nice.
So good.
The price in general of these hotels is like pretty comparable to a normal hotel. Like, it's not ridiculously expensive. So for a studio that you can shoot at from like 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, what is that? That's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 hours. Math is not my strong point. For a studio that you can basically use for 16 hours, paying this standard hotel price to have all of the amenities, free breakfast, free drink, I think that's pretty worth it. So as studios go, I would say the cost is pretty reasonable for all the things that are included. It's also really fun to go and shoot all night, I think, personally. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy and a little bit intense about this. Some people might not want to shoot all night, but I think it's pretty fun because you get in the evening, you put on all your cosplay, it's like midnight by the time you get changed, and then you start shooting. But you're in a hotel room, so it's easy to take a break. You've got a bed, so you can take a nap anytime if you want, and you can just hang out and chill and shoot, and it's really nice. Like, compared to shooting all night in a normal studio, which is also something that you can do here in Japan because the overnight plan is often cheaper than the daytime plan and offers a longer period of time. That's fun too, but like something about being in a hotel where it's an environment where you can relax and easily take breaks is just very chill, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's why I love shooting at Japanese love hotels. You get to stay in a really nice studio with a cool background for a very long period of time. You can rent lights and set it up in a way that is perfect for taking cosplay photos. You've got food and drinks and a place to rest while you're shooting. And they've got great customer service and often free breakfast. Like, what more do you need? And they're clean. And yeah, so highly recommend. I think that if more people knew about this, they would do it more often because it really is great. So if you're interested in seeing some of the things that I've shot at Japanese love hotels, I actually have some photo books. So the reason that we've been going to hotels to shoot recently is because my friends and I have been really into Has Been Hotel. And of course, hotel is a perfect place to shoot. So far we've made 4 photo books. We have a radio static one that I was Vox in. We have a poison themed one that I did a lot of the photography for, and I also made a small cameo as Vox. There is the Husker Dust one, which is strip poker, and I did all the photos for this. This cover turned out amazing. And the Snake Bomb one, in which I was Cherry Bomb. These are all available on Ko-fi. I will put the link down below so that you can check that out if you're interested. We do ship internationally. And yeah, I'm so impressed with the photos that we managed to get. And I really am thankful to finding love hotels as a way to practice my photography in a really chill environment and get some really amazing photos in sets and things that you can't just find anywhere else. So yeah, it was a great time, and I will definitely be doing more of that in the future. So thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, please leave a like or consider subscribing to my channel. I'm planning to make more content about like cosplay in Japan. And yeah, do you have any questions about shooting at love hotels? Leave them in the comments. I'd love to know. Maybe I forgot to talk about something that people would be interested in knowing more about. So yeah, let me know. I'm always looking for feedback. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hope this was educational and interesting for all of you, and expect more things like this coming up from me. So, all right, see you guys. Bye.